Right. I'm in the San Juan National Forest, about 37 miles from Pagosa Springs. I am east of Durango. I am east of Bayfield. Terrain once again has changed. Still, I don't know if you call these mountains. They're foothills, I suppose. Other parts of the country, they'd call them mountains. Back in Kansas, they would call these the Alps, I suppose. Up for Colorado, I suppose these are foothills. A lot of elk out here, although I've not seen any. I did see around Independence Pass 2, 3 days ago. I saw a group of bighorn sheep. I'm not sure what a group of sheep is called, a gaggle, a flock, a bunch, but there were some, I would guess maybe 10 or 12, right alongside the road. And I had never seen a bighorn sheep in the wild in my life. So that was a bit of a thrill. As far as wildlife goes on this trip, hasn't been all that much that I've seen. Lots of ground squirrels, squirrels, birds. Let's not forget the bugs. Lots of bugs. This thing has been cleaned off about 5 or 6 times now. That's part of the deal on a trip like this. Really trying to enjoy this last bit of the nice cool weather because I know it won't last. It's past a gaggle of a group, a flock of Harley riders. Not a one of them waved. I don't know if they didn't communicate with one another, but that's the thing you do on a motorcycle. You wave to the other ones as they go. Most of them do. These guys do not. They might be from New Jersey. Whoa! Bug just hit me right in the face as I pulled down that shield. I would have caught it right in the nose. Right in the nose. That's why you have something like this in front of you. That's really not fair to New Jersey. New Jersey bikers, I'm sure they're just as good as any other bikers anywhere else in the great USA. Pennsylvania now. That might be especially around Philadelphia. I have no doubt waivers are hard to find in that group of bikers. I'm from Texas, though. Texan bikers, they wave. It might even be a state law. If you're biking in Texas, that left hand, take this left hand, keep it free so you can wave. That's important. We have guns in Texas. We have guns right now. Or maybe not guns, plural. I haven't had any reason to even think about it much on this trip, but be prepared. Be prepared. I've thought about buying a house in Colorado, especially this part of Colorado. It does have its advantages, weather being a big one. I don't know whether it gets cold in the wintertime here, so I grew up in cold country, lived in Idaho, lived in Wisconsin, lived in Iowa. It gets cold there. Snows a lot. It doesn't snow much in Fort Worth, and I don't miss it. Lived in Texas, Fort Worth for a long time. You know, it's home, and Texas polarizes people. They either love it or they hate it. Nice thing about Texas is people are friendly. You hear that a lot, but it's true. Friendly people in Texas. It's not true everywhere, and it is flat. I won't argue that. Aside from Big Bend, where plenty of mountains in Big Bend, it's just you can't actually visit them or you burst into flames. It's hot in Big Bend. Not in Fort Worth for that matter, but it's not Big Bend hot. Big Bend hot is hot. If you don't go in, oh, November through March, you're out of luck. So that's our mountains, Big Bend. Contrary to popular belief, we do have trees also. They are in East Texas. They call it the piney woods. I guess that makes sense. They're pine trees, piney woods. Sure. They get plenty of rainfall in East Texas, and it's just right next to Louisiana, where they get more than their share of rain. So there's a little narrow band right there where we have trees, big, beautiful trees. We have deserts to the west. I've showed you some. And we have rivers and man-made lakes. Now, you can't go skiing in Texas. That's out of the question. No skiing. Closest mountains where you can go skiing are where I'm going tomorrow. And that's in Angel Fire, New Mexico. That's about a 2-day ride or a long one-way drive. Another thing that surprises people is the fact that we have beaches. And I don't mean muddy, mud bog, oil slicked beaches like Louisiana beaches. We have some beautiful beaches. You have to drive pretty far south to see Padre Island, South Padre Island, which for some reason has two names. You would think they just call it Long Island, and you'd either be at the north end or the south end. But no, it's Padre Island, South Padre Island. And they are long, and it's a nice place to spend the winter. Been there a couple of times. A lot of snowbirds down there, and I can't blame them. I might even go down there and be a snowbird, and it doesn't even snow where I live very often. So we have that. But the big thing is, it's home. It just kind of grows on you. They say you're never really a Texan unless you're born there. I've been there close to 40 years. Now I got a DFW Texan. DFW Texans and Austin Texans, they're different kinds of Texans. Never been fully accepted into the old Texas culture. I guess I don't walk like a Texan. I don't talk like a Texan. Maybe don't think like a Texan either. But Texas does feel like home. So I guess I'm a non-Texan Texan, and that's okay. I'm gonna wave at some more Harley guys. One, two, three. Oh, 2 out of 3 gave me a wave. So that's pretty good. I'm actually a Harley guy too. Got a Harley at home. But I'm not a tribal Harley guy. It's a different kind of Harley guy. Maybe about half of the Harley guys and gals are tribal Harley people. The tribal Harley people, they wear the gear, the chaps, the vests, the patches. Those are the tribal Harley people. I never felt like I was in the tribe, so I never bought that gear. I'm not sure what it takes to be accepted into the Harley tribe. I don't think there's an initiation ceremony. I don't think you have to pledge allegiance to the Harley clan, nothing like that. I think you just go to the Harley shop and put your credit card down and start buying leather. I think that's the way you do it. You buy the leather and you're in. Now, there is a subset of Harley guys, the one percenters or two percenters. I'm not sure how many percent it is actually. I get the percentages wrong sometimes. I'm sure they, I'm not sure they have an accurate count themselves. Might be one, two, might even be 10%. I doubt it's that many. It's probably more like, I'll bet it's less than 1%. But those guys take it seriously. They do, and they have their own set of rules. And they do have an initiation of some sort. And I think once you're in, you're in. I don't know how you get out. I'm not sure if anybody wants to get out. Why would you? Why would you? But not many of the Harley riders are, like I said, it's a small percentage. Small percentage. Well, I've rambled on a bit now. That might be enough. You probably tuned out the first 10 seconds of this video. But for those of you that are still with me and just can't get enough, my jaw's tired. I'm going to stop now. I'll start again later. It's a long ride home, and I've got lots of video space. This thing feeds to the cloud, up to the cloud. Every night, if I check into a hotel, if they have Wi-Fi, that video up into the cloud. And it empties out my card on my camera. So I can talk and talk and talk. Never get enough. Anyway, it's been nice chatting. I hope you got something out of it. I'm signing off for now. I'll talk to you again later. I'll probably talk to you again in 3 or 4 days when I'm battling across eastern New Mexico and West Texas again on my way home. Because frankly, there is nothing else to do except talk to myself. So I will. All right, y'all. I'll give you a little more words of wisdom in a few days. Bye bye.